So my name's Dr. Kylie Watson, and I'm a consultant midwife at St Mary's Hospital in Manchester. I have lots of different parts to my job. So I do some research. So I have an academic side to my role, and then the other part of my role is mostly in clinical leadership. So I've been a midwife for almost 30 years. I've worked in New Zealand, where I trained, caring for around 50 women a year as an independent midwife. And then I've worked at two of the biggest trusts in the country, mostly looking after women in labour. And quite a big part of my job is supporting our dedicated home birth team that we have at St Mary's in Manchester, and supporting the midwives that are in that team. I absolutely love my job. It's amazing being a midwife, being an advocate for women, supporting women, and one of the most important times of their life. And I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. It's a fabulous job, and the particular job I've got now, to be able to combine my clinical experience with research and making sure we're doing research that's really relevant to the woman that we care for, is a really amazing mix. It's very busy, but it's also very rewarding.
I'm Ziona. I'm the home birth team leader. I am 1 year in my new role, which I absolutely love. I look after home births across the 3 sites. So that would be Wythenshawe, Oxford Road and North Manchester Hospital under MFT. They are 8 midwives on the home birth team, and my role mainly is to receive referrals. I triage the referrals, and then we provide continuity from the team from 28 weeks to our home birthing families, which we get to know the families, get to know their birth plans. We will support them at home when they call us up in labour. The best part of my job is getting to know families. I was a community midwife previous to this, so I have got a lot of experience in people's homes. So the best part of my job is getting to know the families and respecting their wishes and advocating their wishes when they're in labour and the postnatal period as well. The home birthing service is available to anyone wishing to have a home birth. Everyone is invited to have a home birth. I feel like as a team, we are it's a very rewarding job to follow a pregnancy through. I would like for it to be from 16 weeks, but unfortunately we're not at that point as yet. But we are in discussions to provide continuity from 16 weeks. If families want to access the service, they will just ask or request for the team to get in touch via the community midwife, and that's how I received my referral. The inclusion is they have to be obviously under one of our 3 sites. Yes, we are a dedicated team with a 24-hour service, providing intrapartum care in the home setting.
And so that's the dedicated home birth team's been going for just over a year now. There's 9 midwives in the team, and so if a woman was in labour, there's 2 midwives that are on call in the day over a 12-hour period. So if someone goes into labour, those 2 midwives would go and care for the woman at home. And then there's also 2 midwives that are on call at night. So that's how they cover the 24-hour period. Most women who plan a home birth are fit and healthy, and women have very, very good outcomes. They're generally fit and healthy and low risk. And we do have some women who might have certain aspects to their care that mean we have to have some detailed conversations about birth planning. and make that care and labour as safe as possible, and support the woman with her preferences. And we've had, over the past year, we've had just around about 80 women that have been cared for by the home birth team, and around 75% of those women have had their babies at home with the home birth team. There's lots of good evidence out there about home births, and that we encourage women to, have really detailed discussions with the team, and the team spend a lot of time during the pregnancy speaking to women about their care. At 36 weeks, women get a very detailed visit at home that lasts sometimes up to a couple of hours, doesn't it? Talking about where things might be set up in the home, who's going to come, what the care and labour looks like, if there was a need to transfer, what are some of the reasons for transferring and how that might work. But we definitely encourage women to have those good discussions with their midwives around the evidence base for home births as well. And there is some really good evidence about outcomes for different groups of people. They are slightly different for different groups of people. So if someone's had a vaginal birth at home before that's been very straightforward, then their chances of having another very straightforward birth at home are very high.
All the midwives that are on the home birth team, even though we are a small team, everyone has applied to be in the team. So it's not midwives covering a service that have worked all day and are exhausted because they've worked all day and then required to be on call. So everyone does get adequate rest period. We've all had to apply. We do a lot of training. We are a very close-knit team as well. So we are always in communication to make sure that our mental health well-being is is top tier, because obviously if it's not, then it will be then obviously passed on to the care that we give to our families in the community. We are really well supported by 2 consultant midwives. We've got a very good relationship with the 3 heads of midwifery across the 3 sites. We are in touch with them on a regular basis. In the daytime when we're not at a birth, we do tend to have quite flexible working, so the team, I feel, get a good work-life balance. And I think in midwifery in itself, I think that is probably what the main concern is, midwives not getting a good work-life balance and feeling that they are mainly task focused, coming in, not getting adequate rest. I don't feel that is for the team. We are on regular training as well, constantly reviewing the off duty, trying to adapt it to each personal life, because we are, we're always talking about our lives. So if someone needed to pop off to have a doctor's appointment or just didn't feel that great to be out doing visits in the day, they do have that rest time if they feel that they wanted to. So with arrogance in the team, I don't feel that we've felt that. I feel like it's a team that is sort of accustomed to us providing great care to the women in our communities. Everyone, when we do get called out, everyone is very excited. We always if we've had a baby, and we will let everyone know, and it's always congratulations, good luck when you go to the home birth. I've never had any feedback from anyone on the team. We do meet regularly with as a group, as managers, every second Tuesday, just to review all the notes. We do get a lot of feedback from the families as well, which we strive to do, just to make sure that what we're providing is actually working for our community. And that is how it's measured as well, about not just looking at birth outcomes, who's delivered at home, and our stats and that, but we do like a lot of feedback from the families so we can improve our service.
So yeah, we've got a formal mechanism for the woman feeding back. Obviously, the team get that informal feedback from women, but we've got a formal mechanism for feedback, and the feedback is absolutely overwhelmingly positive. The first question is just to rate the service overall out of 5, and it's basically 4.9 out of 5. 100% of the women have said that they've felt supported and well cared for, that they've received safe and compassionate care. We've just got some amazing testimonials from the women that have been cared for and the team over the past year. We had a 1-year birthday party recently, and we packed out the room, didn't we, Zai, with women that wanted to come see the midwives. They brought their babies. It was just an amazing event. And I think if women didn't feel that they were being cared for in a kind and compassionate way, you know, they wouldn't have turned up in the numbers that they did to an event like that. I think it's very difficult at the moment in maternity, isn't it, with the negative press, and obviously with today, actually, the Nottingham report is due. And that's very, very hard to hear for women and families. But we just really want to reassure women that are having care within Manchester, whether that's with the home birth team or not, that we really are focused on making sure that women get the best experience and the safest outcome. The team doesn't operate in a silo, so you know there's a lot of support around the team. Like I said, there's 2 consultant midwives who really support the team, support with birth planning, and 24/7 the team contact the maternity unit very regularly and have support from other senior midwives in terms of if they've got any questions, they want to check anything. So there's a lot of support wrapped around those 9 midwives. You know, they're not working completely independently, and I think that's really helped. It makes the team feel confident and safe in the care that they're providing. So yeah.
We are more than happy, and we are very excited for anyone to have a home birth. We support everyone. We are very excited. When I get a referral, I'm so excited because I'm so excited to the future of that family with the home birth service. And the support that we would give that family from the transition of being a family of just parents, or family of 2, family of 3, family of 4, and watch that family grow to have their newborn and then discharging them in the postnatal period. If anyone wants a home birth in the Greater Manchester area, then they could access the community midwife and ask for a referral. I feel like everyone knows that I am the team leader across the 3 sites, and I do get emails regular if they don't do it the electronic way.
Just to say, the team isn't for women in Greater Manchester, it's for women that are in the catchment areas for our 3 sites at St Mary's, so North Manchester, Oxford Road in town, and Wythenshawe in South Manchester. And yeah, we encourage women who are not sure or want to, you know, you don't have, if you're not sure about having a home birth, that's fine. You can still have a conversation with someone from the team, or myself and Rachel, the consultant midwives, and that's what we really encourage people to do, because we can talk to women about the evidence. We can talk about, you know, our own statistics that we've got, and have a really, you know, in-depth open discussion about, you know, the benefits of having a home birth, and you know, and there are small risks of having a home birth, just because you might need to transfer into the hospital, and that might delay things. But that's why it's really important to have that conversation with the midwife about those options. I think it's difficult to know what people mean by a natural birth. You know, a physiological, straightforward birth is, you know, generally the best option for healthy women and their babies to have a straightforward vaginal birth. Now, sometimes that means that women might have a wish to access some pain relief. They might need some extra support in labour, and there's lots of different options for getting the type of birth that you would like, and that includes different birth places. So home birth, we have 2 alongside birth centres at St Mary's, so one in North Manchester and one at Wythenshawe. which is a really good option for women because it provides that kind of home from home like environment, but you're very close for both of those midwifery-led units. You're very close to the consultant-led labour ward where we have doctors and obstetricians and anaesthetists and that sort of extra support. So I think the choices that women make are individual, they're personal to them. Whatever type of birth a woman wants to have, then that's absolutely up to her, and we like to support women in whatever choices and options they make. For some women, that's having a home birth in a pool. For other women, that's having an elective cesarean section in the hospital, and whatever decision that woman wants to make and preferences that woman has, then we're here to support them.
I don't think it's a trend in having a natural birth as such. There's a massive trend for women to be respected, listened to, and well cared for, no matter what type of birth or what birthplace that she's decided or that family's decided to have.
No.
So I do feel like the home birth team are very caring, are very respectful, and advocate the wishes for that family. So
that's not a trend, though, is it? It's an absolute right that women be listened to and cared for and respected, and their preferences understood and able to have those preferences as far as possible. Sometimes that isn't possible in terms of someone's clinical perhaps situation. Some things aren't possible, but that's where we have good conversations with people about their different options.